It's a busy world in sports with the NBA and NHL playoffs heating up, both of which DC teams, Washington Wizards and Washington Capitals, are in. In addition, baseball season just kicked off, and to fill us on that, we have Catherine Warren.
Thank you, Mirshai, and it's definitely been an exciting start to the playoff season. We have the Washington Capitals, who just beat out the Toronto Maple Leafs in a 2-1 overtime victory to advance to the second round of the Stanley Cup playoffs. And in basketball, the Washington Wizards are looking to take a 3-1 lead over the Atlanta Hawks. With a Game 3 win tonight, the Wizards could come back to DC and have the opportunity to close out the series in front of their home crowd. And in baseball, the Washington Nationals are on a 3-city, 10-game tour, and they just finished their second consecutive series sweep with the win over the New York Mets on Sunday night. With the best record in baseball, they head to Colorado to take on the Rockies. And the Washington Redskins haven't had the best offseason, but they did lose Pierre Garçon and Deshaun Jackson. And that was the weird dismissal of Scott McCloughan, the general manager. But with the NFL draft coming up, Redskins fans can be rest assured that Dan Snyder and Bruce Allen won't let this offseason be a complete bust. Now let's check out the sports culture in DC around a couple bars. Sports is a multi-billion-dollar industry, and diehard fans will cheer on their favorite teams anywhere. Washington, D.C. is known for their diehard fanhood, and with a professional team in every major sport, including hockey, basketball, baseball, and football, D.C. is somewhere for every crowd to catch their favorite team. The draw of watching the games out at a bar is being able to enjoy your team's win with a group of people. Sports fan Gene says he loves to catch a big game out in the city.
Just a generic sporting event, like NCAA tournament basketball, playoff hockey, something like that. I definitely like to be out with a crowd of people. I think that makes it a fun atmosphere. There's definitely a good vibe when you're around a community of people like that.
Places like the Green Turtle and Clyde's are right around the corner from the Verizon Center and make it easy for fans to enjoy games even if they didn't get tickets. RFD, also up the street from the Verizon Center, is another great place to check out the local sports and enjoy local brew selections. With multiple TVs and a huge beer selection, it is a local sports fan's dream. So whether you want to check out a big national game or just hang out and catch a local game, Washington, D.C. has a place for you.
In honor of last week's National Dog Bite Prevention Week, we have DC's very own dog whisperer joining us on set today. He earned his title after starting his own dog training business.
And he is known for training dogs in 3 hours or less. He joins our very own Jordan Houston live.
Hi, thank you, Mirshai. I'm here with David Schmucker, owner and co-founder of Sidewalk Dog Training.
Yes.
So last week was National Dog Bite Prevention Week, and which focuses on fostering a healthy relationship with your dog, which is something you've built an expertise in.
Yes, I have.
So talk to us a little bit about that.
Well, it actually started about 10 years ago now, and I had a dog that was uncontrollable, and I decided to try to learn about how they think versus how we think, because we're the ones with the big brains, and they're the ones with a small brain, about the size of a ping pong ball. This is Bo. And so his brain doesn't even go to the whole side of his brain. It just sits there in the center. So that's how it started.
Great.
And once studying that, over a 10-year period, I realized, hey, I can make a living at this. So I started doing that. And this is actually my third career now.
And talk to us a little about your business. So it's just you and one other employee, and you work with all types of dogs.
All types of dogs. And typically when the client calls, this dog's upset, this dog's biting, this dog's pulling, any number of things like that. So after about 3 hours of understanding what they're doing and have them understand what we want, they were already bred to please you. And so when they please you, they go, why didn't you say so? I'll be happy to do this for you. And it's all over.
All right, so what is your secret? 3 hours or less.
Yeah.
Can you show us a little bit about what you do?
Sure. I'm going to show you 5 ways to agree with behaviors. 5 ways to agree with behaviors. Now, if I were to just take your wrist and tap you here, that might feel good, but it means nothing. But if I shook your hand, that would mean, oh, we must be friends. Well, let's see, if I take Bo and I do this, another dog can't do that. So he says, well, that's nice, but I don't know what it is. So here are the 5 ways that you can communicate with your dog. First, 2 fingers is about the width of a dog's tongue, okay? So we take this under his chin towards his throat. Sit down. And that's a hello in his language. Now, watch if he does a flash lick. And that's where he sticks his tongue out, like that. And that's his response saying, I'm fine. So I'm going to say, hi, how are you? And hopefully he's going to give me a flash lick. Sit down. Go ahead. Here we go. There you go. But you see how his head's going up when I'm doing that? Just like when your parents said, put your head up, you'll feel better. That's what he's doing there. Now, some dogs are more talkative, but I'm actually talking to him in his language. Second one is where we take the ear and put it between two ears and roll, two fingers and roll it open. And there's my thumb is a lick on the other dog. Okay? And so right there, he's saying, oh, you must be a friend. You're cleaning my ears. The third one is what we call ticks and burrs. So if a dog got a tick or a burr, he can't reach it between the back of his shoulders. So we pretend like we're preening on the back of his shoulders. So if we just do this, there's my flash lick, by the way. And I'm just doing this little preening right here on the back of his chest, between his shoulder blades. And he's saying, oh, thanks a lot, I really appreciate that. Okay? And then the fourth one is what we call the bath. Oh, excuse yourself there, buddy. Fourth one is what we call the bath. So here, again, taking the two fingers, I'm going to give him a series of licks. Now I'm going with his fur up his back, and when I'm doing this, right about here, he gets into bath mode. And what he's really thinking is, oh, I'm getting a bath. This must be a friend. And we know this because when I come up to his eyes, well, of course you have to do my eyes. This is a bath, isn't it? So he actually doesn't fight you with the bath because he understands what you're doing. Okay? And then the last one is mom cleaning me up after a meal. There's a flash lick again. Did you see it? Okay. The last one is when this dog was a pup, mom would come and lick the jowl like this. And that's mom cleaning me up after a meal. Now keep in mind, we're faking all of these things, so if I do it like this, he's going, what the heck is that? I don't know what that is. You see, you've got to do one side and then the other side. So it'd be over here and then over here.
So you're basically just mimicking the behavior of another dog.
Yes, we're faking the whole thing. So you have to be as authentic as you can be. For instance, on the ear, I've got to go like a lick would be, going up. Because if I went two directions, he'd be saying, when was the accident? You're licking me like a paintbrush, which can't be done. So we just make it as authentic as we can be.
Oh, he looks so happy.
He is happy.
So
yeah.
with this mentality, then, you could go up and use this approach to any dog.
Yeah, and actually I tell my clients, if I ask them, hey, can I pet your dog? I want them to handle it in a particular way. So ask me if you can pet my dog.
Okay, David, can I pet your dog?
Sure, my dog's in training. Nobody wants to mess with the dog's training, and the dog forever is in training, yes? Just take two fingers under his chin towards his throat. That's a hello in his language. Go ahead.
All right, let's do it. Okay, just like this.
That's right.
Hi, Bo.
So you see, Bo now sees her as a friend because we're communicating.
Hi.
But if she came up and blinded him or shook these sensitive ears, of course he might get upset. And so during this National Dog Bite Week, it makes perfect sense for you as an owner to control how somebody else pets your dog. This is a member of your family. That's it. That's that.
Great. And so I know in your book you talk about communicating in the language of dogs. And so this is solely just based on body language.
Yes.
Correct.
That is their main way of speaking. Because humans, we live in our heads. Dogs, they live in their bodies. Okay, so just us standing here, this dog can hear our heartbeats. This dog can sense our breathing, how much, how fast, and the contents of your breath. So if you're nervous, you're going to have more adrenaline in your breath. He's going to pick that up. And if you're calm, you're going to have more oxytocin in your breath. He's going to pick that up too. Okay?
Well, he seems like a very loved dog.
Yeah.
What is your story with Bo?
Well, Bo, when I adopted him about a year and a half ago, he was actually caught up in a hoarding situation. This person had 8 dogs and got in a problem where she couldn't take care of them. So his first 2 years of his life, he was in a crate. never got out of this crate. And when I got him then, he didn't know how to go up the steps. He had no idea about how to track a ball or anything like that. And so we went through all of those things, and I had about a dozen things that I wrote down that he didn't know. But as you see now, he's perfectly normal.
All right, well, I think we give Bo a break for being such a good boy. Thank you so much for
You're
stopping
welcome.
by.
It's a pleasure meeting you.
It was great to meet you.
Thank you.
And we'll toss it back to you, Adisa.
Thanks for that, Jordan. Talking to dogs is always a fun time. Looking forward to the advantage of warm weather. Stay tuned to find out about this unique golf course in Alexandria.